Xiaomi has a long history of competing with OnePlus. Their flagship Mi series and Mi Mix series devices were quite good, but didn't really create enough impact in the market to threaten OnePlus, and they eventually gave up on this segment. And after a while, last year, they made a clever move. They brought the Poco F1 to India, which belonged to an entirely different segment, but it still managed to make a dent on OnePlus phone sales. This year, the confidence is high. They are coming a little closer to the OnePlus 7 price, but remember, OnePlus has seen tremendous growth in terms of brand value, as in the reliability, the trust factor associated with the brand. So, can the K20 Pro undercut the OnePlus 7? Does it provide enough value to make you look past the OnePlus 7? That's what this video is about. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Ashwin Sundar. This is Technology Jock. A lot of work went into the making of this video, guys, so kindly subscribe to the channel and more importantly, hit the bell icon. So here's what I'm gonna do. Wait, no, he's not gonna do anything for a few seconds. Me? I'm just here to tell you this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an online service that helps you create amazing websites all by yourself without any prior knowledge. Just bear with him till the end of the video. I'll come back and give you more information. I'm just going to talk about the differences between both phones. For example, I will definitely talk about the cameras because there are quite a few differences. But on the other hand, I may not talk about Wi-Fi quality because it's equally good on both phones. There is support for dual bands. In fact, let's even skip the display part because both of them are Full HD plus HDR AMOLED displays and they are excellent. You probably can't notice any difference between them. So let's jump straight to the design and build quality. Xiaomi has gone with the true edge-to-edge display by introducing the pop-up mechanism for the selfie camera, while OnePlus reserved it for the higher-end model, the 7 Pro, and has gone with the same old OnePlus 60's dewdrop notch for the 7. Basically, the OnePlus 7 looks identical to the OnePlus 60, while the K20 Pro's design is quite refreshing. I really like the back panel, quite subtle when you look at it from one angle and really roars when it faces any light source. When it comes to build quality though, the OnePlus 7 has an edge thanks to the use of Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and GG5 on the back. The K20 Pro on the other hand uses Gorilla Glass 5 for display protection and some unspecified version of Gorilla Glass for the back. Or it's not Gorilla Glass at all, it's not mentioned anywhere. How does it feel in hand? Well, it totally depends on the size of your hands. I've got NKBHD hands, so I really don't have a problem with most phones. The K20 Pro is actually slightly thicker and heavier, but it's not noticeable at all. The weight is distributed evenly. The buttons on the OnePlus 7 provide slightly better feedback. I'm just nitpicking, it's not a big deal. But the presence of a stereo speaker setup and the OLED slider is definitely a big deal. The loudspeaker quality is amazing. You can actually watch a movie or a TV show and you won't really regret if you don't have earphones with you. Speaking of streaming, the K20 Pro doesn't have wideband L1 certification right now, but this is the China variant, so maybe the Indian variant will be L1 certified. Because even the Redmi Note 7 Pro has wideband L1 certification. And the haptic feedback is also much better on the OnePlus 7. I usually have haptic feedback enabled only on a few phones and this is one of them. Now the K20 Pro also has a bunch of these minor features that enhance your experience. It's got a notification LED, it's on top of the pop-up selfie camera, not the perfect placement but at least it's present. And then it's got a headphone jack, we all know how valuable it is these days. And then the in-display fingerprint scanner works even when the display is off. As in, on the OnePlus 7, you have to wake the device and then place your finger on the scanner. You can use the raise to wake feature, it works 9 out of 10 times. I just have to pick it up and it shows up. But in some cases, it is a bit annoying. The K20 Pro on the other hand can be unlocked right away. Now of course, face unlock is faster on the OnePlus 7 since the K20 Pro has to pop out the selfie camera and that takes a bit of time. And the K20 Pro has something called dual band GPS, which helps find your location accurately. This is quite useful if you're in an urban place where there's usually a lot of interference and stuff. It's not just some random specification on paper. I did some testing and it actually makes a difference in practical usage. For instance, I actually live here, but every phone gets it wrong, but the K20 Pro gets it right. This is just a simple demonstration of what it's capable of. Anyway, looking beyond the small stuff, we have the same flagship Snapdragon 855 chip on both phones. Base variant has 6GB RAM, and as expected, both phones perform really well. Gaming, photo editing, whatever it is that you do, you'll never be held back by either phone. Now the OnePlus 7 uses UFS 3.0 storage, which is supposed to be faster than the K20 Pro's UFS 2.1 storage, but in real life usage, I didn't notice that much of a difference. I opened a lot of apps side by side and both were equally fast. In fact, the K20 Pro was faster at rebooting the phone. So yeah, if you're gonna get one of these phones, performance shouldn't be a factor. Battery life. A difference of 300 mAh doesn't seem like a lot, but Xiaomi's optimization actually helps the K20 Pro last much longer than expected. A typical phone with a 4000 mAh battery wouldn't last more than a day for my usage, but the K20 Pro managed to last more than 1.5 days, like till the next evening, while the OnePlus 7 lasted one whole day without any issues. Now, when it comes to charging, the K20 Pro's Quick Charge 4 Plus is actually faster than OnePlus's Dash Charge, but the thing is, the K20 Pro comes only with an 18 watts QC 3.0 charger in the box. I think Xiaomi is bringing a QC 4 Plus charger to India very soon. There is a teaser on the website. So unless you're planning to get it, you need to choose between the two, faster charging or better battery life. Another way to look at it is the QC 4 Plus charger will be somewhere around 800 or 900 rupees. So considering the K20 Pro is a lot cheaper than the OnePlus 7, spending some cash on the charger would be totally fine. At least there is an option. Speaking of options, we've got 3 cameras for different fields of view on the K20 Pro. While the OnePlus 7 has only one functioning camera, the other one is a mere depth sensor. And here's proof that portrait mode works even with a telephoto camera. The K20 Pro does it really well. In fact, the OnePlus 5 had a secondary telephoto camera too. But now clearly OnePlus is just trying to push people to get the more expensive model, the OnePlus 7 Pro. By the way, the K20 Pro lets you click portrait mode shots using the main camera as well. I think this is the first phone that lets you click portraits using both cameras. But when the lighting is good, I prefer the telephoto camera. Portraits always look better when you use the zoom camera. The subject really stands apart. For regular pictures, both phones are almost equally good. In extreme conditions like this, the K20 Pro manages to capture better dynamic range shots. Especially the shadows, as in the darker regions of the image, are brighter. There's a bit too much contrast on the OnePlus 7 images, so the overall color reproduction is slightly better on the K20 Pro's photos. But like I said, these are minor differences and they can be noticed only in rare instances. For the most part, both are equally good. But of course, the K20 Pro easily wins this considering the presence of 2 additional cameras. When it comes to low light, the images shot on the OnePlus 7 have less noise thanks to the presence of OIS, optical image stabilization, and a slightly wider f1.7 aperture compared to f1.75 on the K20 Pro. Here again, the photos from both phones look pretty similar unless and until you zoom in. Same goes to night mode images, less noise on the OnePlus 7's images. For selfies and selfie portraits, once again the OnePlus 7 is better. Superior color representation and great dynamic range. The K20 Pro selfie portraits just look bad. Not a lot to talk about videos, both are of similar quality, the stabilization is also equally good. The OnePlus 7 can shoot 480fps slow motion videos, while the K20 Pro can go up to 960fps. Now, of course, this is not a full-fledged camera comparison, a 3-way camera comparison between the OnePlus 7, the K20 Pro and the Asus 6Z. Software experience. This is where the OnePlus 7 is unbeatable by any phone, not just the K20 Pro. Now, whether or not the K20 Pro comes with ads in the UI, it still doesn't offer the best experience. There is no app drawer, there are a lot of pre-installed apps that most of us don't use, so not the most pleasant experience. But it's not bad either. It has become a lot better in the past few years. It's super snappy, almost as smooth and fast as Oxygen OS. Now, Oxygen OS on the other hand is a good looking, close to stock Android implementation with just the right amount of features, offering an unintrusive experience. And OnePlus phones usually get new Android updates much faster than Xiaomi phones. And the OnePlus 7 might get 3 major Android updates, but the same can't be said about the K20 Pro. So this one definitely goes to the OnePlus 7. So here's the whole story. Here's what the comparison looks like. Now, of course, I usually don't pick a phone for you. I just recommend you to go through this table and choose whichever suits your needs and requirements. But in this case, Redmi has got most of the things right. Design, performance, cameras, battery life, display, and even those few things that are not that great on the K20 Pro, we can arrange workarounds. For example, for selfies, you can use Google camera instead of stock camera. In case the UI comes with ads, you can disable them. For faster charging, you can get a QC4 Plus charger for around 1000 rupees. Even then, the whole package will be cheaper than the OnePlus 7. So the Redmi K20 Pro is clearly the better option overall. But if you give a lot of importance to software experience, or if you feel skeptical about the pop-up mechanism on the K20 Pro, as in if you want peace of mind with regards to build quality, then the OnePlus 7 is worth a shot. Now, before you say this is biased video, OnePlus paid me or Redmi paid me, the truth is, I spent over 30,000 rupees to get the K20 Pro from China. And I begged this guy to lend me the OnePlus 7 for a few days. So I'm gonna be seriously disappointed if you say something like that. And I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't check out our sponsor, Squarespace. Like I said at the start, Squarespace is a powerful online tool for building websites. You don't need to design or code anything. There are hundreds of beautiful templates to choose from. Just type the keyword and choose a template. From there, you just need to edit the existing content based on your requirements and done. You can instantly view the mobile version and the tablet version of the website as well. Just in case you get stuck somewhere, Squarespace will help you out. They have an award-winning customer service team available all day, every day, 24/7 literally. So go ahead, try out Squarespace. Link can be found in the description. And when you decide to launch your website to the public, you can use the special promo code TechnologyJock to get 10% discount. Anyway, pause the video if you want, have a look at this again, think about the list of features you want and then make a decision. Please subscribe to Technology Jock if you found the video useful and press the bell icon. Thanks for watching. For the moment, this is Ashwin Sundar saying goodbye.